Welcome to another installment of the Late Night Podcast with your host, Maya Moss. And as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about how other people's actions are not a reflection of you. So stay tuned. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, I just want to let you guys know what I'm puffing on, just in case you guys want to puff along. And it's going to be the Girl Scout Cookies Distillate Vape, as well as the PCG Peach All-in-One. And these right now are kind of my faves. The Girl Scout Cookies is my favorite strain of all time. This and Wedding Cake. Wedding Cake is a top 2, but this ain't number 2. And this one's pretty good. It keeps me pretty balanced. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So other people's actions are not a reflection of you. What do I mean by that? I mean when you go out of your way maybe to make someone feel nice and special, and they do something in return. They don't appreciate it, right? That's not because you didn't do enough. It's because they just don't appreciate you. And it really wouldn't have mattered if you did enough or if you did any less. You would have gotten the same response. In addition to this, there's something that we have to address, which is people pleasing. According to MJ Harris in Get the Fuck Out of Your Own Way, which is basically a guide into self-reflection and accountability, he places people-pleasing as something that has probably been birthed or started in your youth, right? Your parents get upset with you, and they maybe isolate you, maybe they give you the silent treatment, and these things don't teach us to confront our emotions and talk things out. What it does is it makes us want to be liked, and that's natural. It's completely innate to want to be liked, and I'm going to prove that later on. But by doing that, it almost unlocks this beast, and once that beast gets unlocked, it's like a Pandora's box. It's hard as F to close. So the next thing we have to address is people pleasing wrong? Is it necessarily a negative? And my answer would actually be no. Honestly, like I said before, I think people pleasing is generally innate. Like, for example, societal norms, right? Why would we have created a list of rules as a society so that we could coincide together, cohabitate, or even just be around each other, create communities if we didn't want to be liked? I mean, that's the whole point. When people start standing out of those societal norms, that's when people start getting their panties in a bunch, like goth people or LGBTQ having blue hair for whatever reason. It makes you uncomfortable because it's like, I'm working so hard to be in this society, why aren't you, right? So I think that it could easily be proven that we have an innate desire to be liked by others. I mean, this is why people have fears of being alone, because what if no one likes you? That's the ultimate fear, right? For most people anyway. Some people thrive in being alone, and I think that's a beautiful thing as well. There's a great balance. And I do just want to say, like, because it's one thing to say like, oh yeah, I love being alone because I'm a homebody, but not everyone feels that way. Just because you might not be the most extroverted person doesn't mean that you can't be introverted and still like people coming over. It's one thing to be completely alone and solitary and be at home with friends, right? Makes sense. But at the same time, this just shows that people pleasing doesn't have to necessarily be a negative thing. I think it becomes negative when you start neglecting your own needs, okay? And this can take its stride in many different forms. So, relationships, right? There was recently a video on TikTok of this woman talking about how she tied her tubes a woman on TikTok was talking about how she had recently went to the doctor to secretly start the process of tying her tubes because she didn't want to tell her husband that she no longer could see a foreseeable future having any children, because I guess from the beginning she always made it pretty clear that she didn't want children, or so she says. And her husband, he's been kind of like we'll see what happens in the future, we'll talk about it type of thing. So apparently this woman had collapsed or something, right? And she had to go to the hospital. And this happened to be the same hospital that the doctor worked in that was handling her tying of tubes procedure. And he stops her husband, which, yes, this is a little weird, stops the husband and is like, hey, I have this paperwork, this is the procedure, need your wife to sign this, X, X, Y, and Z. Obviously, the man is taken aback because he's like, gotta be wrong. But he takes it upon himself to tell the doctor, like, no, this is not happening. Now, when I first heard this, I really didn't need to hear anything else because all of that sounded so sketchy to me. First and foremost, right? It's almost this people pleasing to the husband, like the wife to the husband, because she doesn't want to tell him that she don't want to have kids. That's what it is. She does not want to tell him. Let's be honest here. Because why are you going behind your husband's back to do a life-changing procedure? Getting your tubes tied is not really reversible, like a vasectomy, reversible. Tubes tied, permanent. So yeah, kind of crazy that you had an agreement with your lifelong partner, didn't feel comfortable letting him know how you felt, why that may be. I mean, that's definitely something you guys should talk about in therapy and counseling, because I could not see myself being with a person that I could not tell my most intimate feelings and thoughts to. I would think that they're not the right person because clearly something's wrong there, right? But also, shame on the husband for taking it upon himself to just outright deny your wife bodily autonomy, what little left she has left of it in this godforsaken country, right? So, all in all, when I heard this story, I was just like, wow, they're really two peas in a pod. They really are, and they have terrible communication. That's what this is all coming down to. And it would have been so easy for the husband to take that opportunity to come to his wife and say, hey, I see this paperwork, should we have a conversation? Maybe let's put this procedure on the back burner so that we can really get down into it. Not saying that, oh, we need to talk and you need to approve it through me, but more so of this is an agreement we had prior. Are you lying? Did you lie? Like, you know what I mean? But now y'all both in the wrong, and I'm looking at both y'all sideways, like, but that's what I'm saying, right? In relationships, it's easy to want to people please. Maybe you want to tell them what they want to hear. And I'm going to tell you why this is so wrong, right? MJ Harris actually talks about this in his book as well, right? We put on our best selves for a person when we first start dating. We pull out all the stops. We tell them we wake up early. We tell them we go to the gym. We tell them, oh my gosh, like I keep up with all my appointments. Oh, when I take my car to get maintenance, I get all my tires changed. Baby, we lay it on thick. Like, we be playing, okay? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because guess what? Let that be somebody you want to commit yourself to long time. Lifelong commitment. And you start out with all that bullshit. At some point, they're going to figure out you're lying. It's inevitable. Unless you break up. But I'm guessing you wouldn't want to at that point. You get what I'm saying? And it's that people pleaser. And not only this, but when you're trying to push this facade of someone that you were just so obviously not, even if it's not obvious, even if you're great at lying about it, but it's gonna kill you inside. You're gonna get tired of that shit. You're gonna get tired of living a fucking lie. You're gonna get tired of having to second guess every single thought to try to keep up with things you've already said. That gets exhausting. Like, genuinely, and I don't get paid enough to be sitting there exhausting myself over nothing. Like, I promise you, there's just not enough situations as to where I will lie. Unless you're my employer, I will lie my ass off because you control the money, right? But besides that, what the hell is the point? What the hell is the point? So, I think it's important, especially in relationships, even friendships, to be so blatantly honest, right? Workplace, go crazy. I done it all. But in addition to this, if we are going to talk about friends, we have to talk about making friends, right? Making friends So easy to people please, because these people you're not with all the time. Like a relationship, oh, you live with them. They're in your ass crack 24/7. There's no separation. But with a friend, maybe you only see them on the weekends. Maybe you guys only go for Pilates. Maybe you only see them at school. Maybe X, Y, and Z. Making friends is brutal, especially as you get older. Well, quintessentially when you get older. But I think it's only so brutal when you have this mindset of, oh my gosh, they're gonna think I'm a fucking crazy person for talking to them. Like, oh, I said hi. Oh, I said I liked your boots. I liked your shirt. Fucking weirdo. I'm a stalker. Give yourself some grace. Like, oh my gosh, if you say a nice comment to someone and they have a negative reaction and you're blaming yourself, you see how crazy that sounds out loud? Like, you see how, like, dystopian that seems? Like, why would that ever make me seem like the bad guy? I promise you, to a crowd of people, they will not be looking at you crazy. I'm just gonna say that. Like, if you put your best face forward, your best honest face forward, you can't lose. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because this is basically leading into our next segment, right? Learning to embrace rejection. So when you're honest about who you are, right? And you give people the opportunity to decide whether or not you are for them or if they think you'd be better with someone else, right? Friendship-wise, relationship-wise, whatever. It's exactly that, right? MJ Harris quotes it as, you are allowing yourself the opportunity to find what is actually for you. And in a relationship, that would be allowing yourself to find someone who actually values you and values your time. Why would I stay with someone, right? Who clearly, like, I make all the effort, I set up all the time, I set up all the schedules, I plan all the dates, right? They're not doing the same. Okay, no reciprocity. Got it. That right there, you're not giving me what I'm giving you, that's rejection. And there's two ways you can see this. You can see it as like, they're gonna change. Baby, that was them putting on their best fucking life for you the first day, and now they're showing you who they are, and you are, love is blind. Wake up, right? And another way that Harris puts this is like ghosting, right? You're talking to somebody, you feeling them, y'all having a good conversation. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, this could be the one. He could be the one. And then all of a sudden, he's gone. This man is gone. Where'd he go? Ghosted you, right? Here's the thing though. He ghosted you because he didn't know how to tell you he wasn't interested. That was a W. If he could not tell you one of the most important things, imagine what else he wasn't gonna tell you. If someone's ghosting you, what they're literally doing is like telling you, oh, I'm a weak ass communicator, or I'm a fucking liar. You won. Thank you. Like, the ghosting is honestly such a blessing. And I'm gonna be real with you, I've ghosted plenty of people, and that's exactly what it was. I was not willing to own up to the fact that I didn't want to bear the burden of doing the rejection. I was weak as fuck for that. That was a weak ass thing to do. Like, and to be honest, that was super unfair to the people that I was talking to. But at the end of the day, they got what they needed from that interaction with me. And that was a reflection of me. That was not, oh, you weren't good enough, so now you get ghosted. No. They didn't value you and they left. Now you have the opportunity to go find someone who values you. I would much rather do that than be with someone who's going to waste my time. In this life, the next life, and every life after that. If you really want to learn how to embrace rejection, my best step for you would be looking into your bank account every time you spend money, okay? Me, I was a terrible saver. I was a great spender, okay? You want to spend money? Come to me. Because baby, I can blow it through. I can blow through some cash, honey. I can do it. I can make it disappear. So what I started doing, right, because I had this fear of looking into my account. I didn't want, it's like I thought I had an infinite money glitch. I was just like, you know what? If I don't pay attention to it, it'll always be something in there because I don't know how much is in there. But in reality, it's like, yeah, I don't know how much is in there, and I'm just spending money blindly, and I got other shit I gotta pay for. How you think that went? Come on now. That's rejection therapy right there. I need you guys to practice rejection therapy. I want you to literally, and this goes both ways. You need to share some of that rejection. People asking you for stuff. No, I'm busy. And that's another thing. Oh my gosh, love this. MJ Harris literally said, don't be thinking you need to give them a reason as to why you're not doing it. Oh, you can't make it? Nope, you can't. I can't. That's it. That's all you get from me. Okay? You don't need to know the reason why. Even when you go to work, they technically really don't need to know the reason why. You can't come in? Nope. I can't come in today. You could take it from the sick days. I can't come in today. Take it from vacation. However that works, right? But obviously each job is different. But technically speaking, at the end of the day, you can't come in, you can't come in. Like, depending on the policy, what the hell you can do. One last thing that I do want to mention, right, is also recognizing these behaviors in other people. Because I've been dating my boyfriend for 4 years, right? We just had our 4-year anniversary this month. Yeah. But I literally have been dating him for 4 months. And one thing I hadn't realized, because we will have the same argument. It will literally be like, oh, you make me go every single place with you. You make me go every single place with you, right? So then like a couple months ago, I just realized, like, you know what? I do beg you to go everywhere with me because I love being around you. But I want you to enjoy yourself. Like, obviously, we can have our own space, whatever. So once I had done that, I noticed that he was still pushing to come with me when I went places, right? It didn't really matter that I was like, oh, you don't have to come. Like, you know, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. But he would still get frustrated if there were things that he planned on doing that he couldn't do, right? So he's a content creator. He wants to record his videos on a certain time. And I'm taking away from that specific time that he has, even though I told him he didn't have to come. And what I'm realizing is the people pleaser in him, even though he knows he, like, professionally speaking, literally could not afford to come, he would still do it because he wanted to please me. He wanted to show that love to me and show me that he was still willing to go. And I literally, maybe a couple of days ago, realized this and was just like, you need to tell me no. Like, I need you to become selfish. I need you to literally let me know, like, I can't do this. And that's that. And, like, there doesn't even need to be an explanation. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we just need that time to ourselves. It doesn't even have to be the work. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to sit at home and relax, sit at home and relax. If I really need you, I know you'll come. So if this is not something that it's like, oh, I know I'm not a people pleaser, then recognize that in other people and make them comfortable with telling you no. And if you know someone who especially is like that, then let them know. Practice with me. I'm gonna start asking you for stuff, and I need you to tell me no. Be selfish. It's okay. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. But with that, guys, it's been a pretty quick and easy episode. I feel like I haven't really even smoked. So what I would say is that I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. My platforms are Maya Rolling Clouds pretty much across the handle of anything that I do have. And I have a lot more videos planned for you guys, so I'm actually very, very excited to get more on the ball with this podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed.